Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading for the week. So if you guys are interested in seeing a message from the cards, please come on in, have a seat, and get comfortable. We'll pull a message for you in a moment. I do want to let you guys know that I am going to be linking all my social media. That'll be in the description. I've also included a link to the timestamp because there is a bonus reading for this video. And I've also included a list of the decks I'm going to be using in this reading as well. So check the description. It's all going to be there, and I'm hoping that you will find a useful message in this reading. I do want to say thank you to everybody that is coming into this new. I'm really happy you're here, and I'm excited to get any feedback, questions, concerns. If you feel safe to share those with me, the comment section is open to you as per usual. Yeah, I think that is about it. So actually, no, it's not it, because I do want to explain a little bit about how I read if there is someone new here watching my videos for the first time. I'm going to start pulling an oracle reading. At least the first part of my video usually consists of me pulling some oracle cards, and then I will go into our tarot cards to figure out what else we need to know about the energy we see in the oracle. So yeah, let's get started. This video and this message is meant for you when you are meant to find it. So again, I hope you find something useful and resonant in this video. Okay, so give me a minute here. Let's see what we can find out. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Here. Let's see. Okay. No, that's interesting. So, starting with our oracle, we have the crumbling. This represents what are you clinging to and what needs to fall away, what needs to fall apart. Okay, there's the crumbling. Okay, we have Earth Anchor, Earth Vortex, and Platinum. This represents empowerment and remembering your legacy. Okay, we have, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Okay. And we have the Lion embracing honesty and generosity. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay. I like that this is coming out. There's a big change happening in the space right now. And there's some things within your particular part of the energy that aren't serving you, that need to be released and let go of. I'm getting here with this crumbling card. Yeah, something needs to fall away, something needs to fall apart and crumble. And instinctively, I feel like you know this. I feel like you understand what is going on and why that's happening. I do think, that can be really disorienting and frankly a little bit discouraging. But the thing is, you're being You're being asked to look at this from a means of empowering yourself. And that sounds a little crazy, but hear me out here. Um, yes, it explicitly states a sense of empowerment. Um, going going back to your instinctive knowledge that this is happening, I think there are parts of your current situation that you've held on to just for no reason other than like, oh, it's sentimental, I have to hold on to this, or I don't know who I would be without this. On the flip side of that, like, yeah, I'm saying I don't know who I would be without this thing, but this thing is so gross and wrong for me, that I know I will feel better if I let it go. That's that's where I'm getting this empowerment aspect of it to him, because even if it feels weird and wrong to do this releasing, you know that underneath that space there'll be something fresh, something bright, something, and something new. Okay. um and as for this legacy part, you know that you're manifesting something new with your life, and with yeah, you're manifesting something new in your space. Okay. And this call to surrender is coming forward with your affirmation card here, because uh, it's time. It's time to do this. Okay. So there is that. But the fun part, and the reason why I got excited that we're seeing this lion card here, is because as of posting this, or at least as of filming this, we are entering into the Lionsgate portal. There's something with the moons that has happened, and we're entering into our lion phase. So that means, um, you know, embracing your majesty, embracing your regalness, embracing your powerful presence. Okay. And not necessarily using that presence aggressively, but using that as a way to express your openness, express your honesty, and do so in a way that is generous and heartfelt. And yeah, generous and heartfelt. So there is the lion energy. Okay. So let's see what our tarot cards have to say about our oracle. How do we move forward with our how do we move forward? Okay. Something's changing, something's falling away, something's crumbling. What else do we need to see? Okay. All right. So to start, okay, we have the Chariot. Okay, and the Chariot, we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, and we have the Five of Wands. So again, I'm immediately getting the sense of conflict with this, because again, there's some changes, and I do feel this might be more internal conflict than external conflict. But you have the sense of needing to be defensive, okay? Because again, you're holding on to something that you've held on to for far too long. But again, like, this is toxic, I need to let this go, but for some reason you just can't, right? you're being asked to surrender, and that part is making you feel ungrounded. Actually, both your both your Five of Wands and this Page of Pentacles here. You're feeling ungrounded and unrooted because you're trying to make the change without actually making it. Okay, and there's a lesson to be learned in that, because while you are growing, you are making changes, you do want that to be you do want those to stick. You're going to need to apply the lessons you're learning during this time, because otherwise they just won't stick. And this conflict is going to keep going. This conflict is going to keep going until you can calm down and put stronger roots down within this change. And by that I mean actually make the changes, instead of saying, oh well, I'll do it later, or I'll procrastinate and get to it when I can't. No, now is the time. Okay, and I'm saying it like that because we have our Chariot card here, which to me says you've known this was going to happen. You've known that this thing was going to be an issue, and I don't think you've ignored it, but I think you've let it sit so long that it's caused you to feel anxiety, you to feel anxious and nervous and just not okay, right? Again, deep down, you know this thing is changing, and you're clear that now is the time to make those changes. Okay. So let's see some hidden and clarifying energy. Okay, we have the Empress. Oh, that's interesting. We have the Empress and the Three of Wands. So immediately, we're going to do both the hidden and clarifying energy. The hidden energy I'm going to assign to the Empress here, because there is a period of creative force that, it's waiting, it's ready, it's time to go. Okay. It's there underneath all of this change, but you're going to need to be in a place where you can nurture that growth. Okay, that you can actually make those changes. And I'm also hearing a way of pausing, finding a way of pausing and reflecting, even if you are busy and even if you feel strange. Okay. And also be patient with yourself too, because you're looking at either this is a possible move of location for some of you, or and I'm getting that because typically you'll see, or I'm going to cite the Rider-Waite tarot for this. Sometimes you'll see like a boat off in the distance, and I'm not seeing that motif come through in this one, but it still stands because you're looking out over the horizon and wondering if something is going to happen. Something will happen, something will move forward, but you do want to give yourself a chance to actually experience it. Experience that change, but also think about what you might do when your ship comes in. Okay, something about preparing yourself for that moment. Okay, and knowing that you have, the preparation work you do now is going to give a clearer sense of your path forward when this change happens. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we need to see here. Why is it that we're seeing what we're seeing here? Okay. Why are we seeing what we're seeing? Okay. Okay. So we have temperance in reverse. So definitely going back to that lack of balance and that lack of security and secure footing. It's rocked the ground we've stood on. Okay, whatever this is, you don't feel like, again, you don't feel like you have a secure footing in this just yet. And it's possible that you're missing information, but it's also possible that you have all of what you need and are overthinking what you're seeing. Which, you know what, there's no shame in that, because I'm guilty of doing that too. So yeah, there's the temperance card to begin with. Let's see. Okay, we also have the Page of Swords. So there's the reason you're probably feeling a lack of security here is because you're trying to look at the past. You're looking at the past and you're doing it too much. Okay, there's too much reflection on the past, certainly on the positives, like, yeah, that thing was great. But the other thing that you're doing is you're overthinking the mistakes you made. And frankly, that's not serving you. That isn't doing you any good, because it's only keeping you in a sense of lack, right? It's only keeping you in a sense of lack. But beside that, I do sense that a lot of the thoughts you're having are old, outdated ideas about outdated ideas, just that in general, not necessarily what people are telling you you should want in your life or need. How to just be human, right? That's certainly some things going on with that, I feel like. But it's time to look forward, because you have done a lot of growing, you have done a lot of looking and reflecting, but now it's time to put your eyes forward. Again, remember that you have the Chariot, you have the Empress. There's a lot of work to be done in your future, in your present and in your future. And looking over your shoulder while trying to defend yourself out here, that doesn't work, right? So I'm going to say keep your eyes on the present. Keep your eyes on the present, and you'll find a different footing with it. Okay, different sense of the situation. Okay, yeah, and you'll find that part of the anxiety this situation is causing you will dissipate. Yeah, there's a completion generally coming back around here. But what's nice about this is, especially, and like I said, the anxiety in this situation, the lack mentality, the weird, uncomfortable feeling that you're holding on to with this is going to go away. You need to give it a chance, sit with it, reflect on it, and then move it along, because overthinking it isn't doing you any good. Okay. But yeah, there's a sense of completion. There's a sense of ending, and there's a new cycle coming in as well. So I think it is one to look forward to, because even if This new cycle brings its challenges, because it always does. There's still going to be a lot of creative, there's still going to be a lot of creative energy coming into this as well. Okay, again, citing the Empress. Okay, so hidden energy here is the Four of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, there's a lack. There's a heavy lack mentality here, and it's been such that this is the trigger. This is it. There's something here that you're doing because of this lack mentality, but it's also making you play it small. It's making you play it small when you don't need to. Okay. Okay, let's go with that. There's a Four of Pentacles, this lack, scarcity mindset. No. Let's move that out. Okay. Six of Swords. Let's move that lack mentality out of the way so we can really get going. Okay. That's fun. Also, I'm getting the sense that this person is looking over their shoulder as well, but that may be open to your interpretation. But the main point that I want to make with that, with seeing the Six of Swords here, is that something's got to move. Something's got to move, and it's up to you to figure out what that may be. Okay. All right. What else? How do we use this energy? What can we do to really make the most of this transitional time? What do we need? What do we need? Let's see it. Let's see. Okay, that one. Okay. Okay. We're starting with the Ten of Stones, or the Ten of Pentacles in this case. We also have the Ten of Spirals, which is the Ten of Wands. Okay. And we have the Moon. Okay. There is abundance coming in. An abundant, beautiful energy is coming in. Okay. And it is going to require some patience, some cleverness, some intuitive energy being put into developing this. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go with that. So yeah, you're developing this abundance. Okay, but it is a responsibility. Okay, it's a heavy responsibility. It's something that you've set your mind to. It's something that you have personally needed to do for yourself and for what your family expects and wants of you. But again, it is a heavy responsibility, and it's something that you're not sure of how to go about just yet, because again, with this moon card here, it's still a little bit unclear. Okay. How do you go about taking on this responsibility in a way that doesn't tax you, that doesn't burden you? That's where you got to game plan it. That's where you need to that's again game planning, and really getting into your sense of understanding how you handle challenge. Okay, what are your coping mechanisms? Okay, and specifically when it comes to building enough wealth and abundance to take care of yourself and loved ones, that's been a challenge. I'm getting a sense from looking at this that um, this character has worked hard. Um, yeah, this character's worked hard, and they're either being really stingy about sharing, or they're patiently waiting for someone to share their wealth with. I'm gonna go with that second option just because the Ten of Stones or the Ten of Pentacles is having enough to take care of them, take care of yourself and the people around you. Okay. Um, but again, it's been a burden. It's been okay. Yeah, it's been a burden. It's been a burden. It's been a challenge, but I do think you've willfully taken it on. It hasn't just been put on your shoulders. Okay. Um, and also, I'm sensing you're doing that because that's just who you are. In fact, again, going back to the Lion card, some of you may be in the sign of Leo, whatever placement you have in your chart. If you know your chart, there's dozens of free calculators online that will help you find that out if you're interested. But for those of you who have Leo placements, there's a big, majestic, beautiful, giving, generous energy to you, right? And you want to be there for your friends. You're empathetic enough to take care of your friends, okay? You're not sure how you're going to do it, but you're determined to do it, okay? Now, this card, this Four of Spirals card, or this Four of Wands card, popped out of the deck when I was shuffling it. And to me, that is a really important message to get right alongside the other cards, because no, you're not clear about how you're going to get to where you want to go, but you're in a place where you're feeling just sure-footed enough to make the forward step because you have a foundation underneath you already. I do think part of the anxiety that you felt before, I'm going to pull up the Six of Swords here, part of that anxiety that you felt is having the choppy waters. You know, if you've ever been in a lake or a pool and you've had a lot of waves come up, you know, the choppiness of that water is like, oh, this is a lot. I should probably chill for a minute. Well, you feel just sure-footed enough to try anyway. Okay. And okay, I say that, but let's tack on the idea that your anxiety is telling you you can't. There's that. It's your hidden energy, but this Five of Scrolls or this Five of Swords is coming in. I'm hearing something about past experiences and what that has told you in terms of achieving goals. Okay, I think part of this has had you kind of rushing into achieving what you want without actually thinking what the cost of that achievement might be. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Part of the anxiety that's coming up is that you've had an experience of getting what you want, maybe acting impulsively on the journey to get to that effort, and you've gotten what you wanted. There you go. But you haven't necessarily paused to think how your behavior on the way to achieving your goal might have affected other people, and certainly what that might have meant for your personal energy. Okay. All right. Okay. So we had cards pop right out of this deck without me shuffling it. So let's see the final message. What do we need to see in terms of what do we need to know? Let's see here. Okay. We have the Five of Swords coming out. Okay. Here's our Five of Swords in repeat. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. And we have the Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay. So again, we're going back to the thought of doing something at the cost of something you already had, gaining something at the cost of what you already had. Okay, and again, that is borne out by the fact that these are repeating cards across two different decks, and I'm sure those of you watching this video have seen me shuffle at least once by now. Okay. So yeah, something has been gained at the expense of what you had. Okay. I think for some of you there may be using a creative effort or a means of using a creative effort to try and trying to make fast money off of something creative. That works on a fluke, okay? And it doesn't necessarily happen to everybody every time, okay? So something you thought might have been lucrative right out of the gate may have fallen on its face. I'm going to say, please do not give up, okay? Please do not give up on that thing you're creating, okay? Because it has potential to be lucrative financially. I would hope personally, because what's the point of doing something creative if you're not getting joy and fulfillment out of it? Okay, this new thing does have the potential to be really fun. Really, maybe you make a few money dollars off of it. Who knows? And you're not going to know until you try. Okay. However, I do think you have tried, and it didn't happen. That success you thought you were going to get right out of the gate just didn't, right? I'm sorry. I am sorry. But keep going with it anyway, because it does have potential. Okay? And realize that reacting to it and just throwing papers in the air and giving up and walking out and rage quitting, whatever it is, doing that may cost you an opportunity with this that you wouldn't have seen coming had you not continued going forward on it. Okay? So there's that. Let's see our hidden energy, please. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. So yeah, definitely nurture. Definitely nurture yourself here at this point. Nurture whatever this creative thing is. Okay. And know that you have the power to act from your own authentic self. You know, know that you have the power to act from your authentic self, but also walk to the beat of your own heart. Okay, because that's really all you're living. That's really maybe not the signal that should no, it is the signal that should matter, because you're the one navigating the world in your body. It's not somebody else necessarily. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. But okay. You know what? We got some real spicy energy coming through the decks right now, so we're gonna pull some bonus oracles to get into our bonus reading and see what we need to see for this bonus reading. Okay. Let's see what our bonus reading has to offer us, guys. I'm excited. I am excited. Thank you for being here. I truly appreciate, you guys. So thank you so much. Okay. Let's see what we need. Okay. I'll take that. Okay. So for our bonus oracle, we have the initiation. Okay, this represents a rite of passage and crossing the threshold. Okay. We have the golden flower of life and palladium, and this represents our inner child connection, illumination, and simplicity. Okay. We have my vibes speak louder than my words. Okay. And we also have the fox, which is calling us to welcome our magic. Okay. So yeah, we're right on the threshold. We're leaving something behind. So we're asked to leave something behind, and I am going to say that I already believe that this bonus reading is going to supplement main reading. So if you're just coming from the main reading and want to see the smaller one, that's cool. I appreciate you being here anyway. But if you want some context, maybe go back and watch this whole thing if you would like. In any case, yes, we're leaving something behind, and in order to fully embrace the energy in all of this, we need to know that the energy we bring to this period of transit in our lives, is going to speak louder than our voices ever could. Okay? And what I mean by that is that still small voice inside of you, that your intuition, is going to start talking to you, and it's going to start trying to say things to you that you might have thought you heard as a whisper. It's still going to be there. It might be slightly louder, but you know what? It's calling you to listen to it, and it's calling you to trust it. Okay, because again, you're moving forward. Okay, and it doesn't have to be hard. It may seem challenging, and I don't ever want to minimize that, and I don't want you to ignore the feelings you're feeling. Okay, there is magic on the other side of that. There is magic in the simple things that brought you joy. And I say that in the past tense because of this inner child connection. What was the one thing that you as a child loved to do? If it was read, make time to read, write, whatever it is, reconnect with that. If it was designing video game characters, do it, draw it out, even if it's a stick figure with boxy looking armor, like whatever it was that little you enjoyed doing. Maybe it's time to reconnect that, or go for a walk in a garden space. If you have a public garden around you, go walk around there and take pictures of the flowers. I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do to reconnect you with your joy and find that magic again. You're being encouraged to do it, because I think in the moments that you spend taking time on acting in simplicity and joy and happiness and your inner child energy, your intuition and your vibe is going to start speaking to you about how to make this change stick. Okay. All right. So there's the initiation. There's our bonus oracle. So let's see what is on the cards for our tarot. Let's see what we need to see for our tarot cards, please. Ooh, guys, we have the Fool. Look at that. That's awesome. Truly, that is awesome. Because what you have here is a new untapped part of your energy. Okay? Okay, so there's that. There's that, but there's also a sense of taking a leap of faith. Okay, and whether that's embracing the magic and the simplicity, whether that is crossing the threshold of this change, whatever change you're making, this is where your intuition is really going to start chattering away. It's going to be quiet, but it's going to be there, and it's going to have information for you. So it's up to you to tap into that. Okay. But there's that. Okay. We have the Three of Wands again. This patience. Be patient. Be patient here. This is big. This is different. This is a little weird, but it's not a bad weird, right? It's not icky. Okay. Okay. We also have Justice. Okay. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So part of this is, from the main reading, if you've read it up till now, no. If you've watched this video up till now, you'll have seen that we had the Page of Swords, but it was depicted with the character looking over their shoulder. And yes, I said, let's focus on the present, let's focus on the now and get things done in the moment. I'm not going to take that back necessarily, but I am going to say it is okay. It is okay to reflect on it, because you are getting the call to answer for past behaviors, for looking at things you may have needed to do differently. Okay, because we do also have the Five of Swords coming out twice. So yeah, there's some things that you're gonna have to look at a little bit differently from that situation. And yeah, here's where we're calling for you to do that. Here's where having a sense of looking at it from a sense of balance and taking that kind of approach, that's going to help you move. That's going to help you make forward progress, because you're not going to do things the same way you did in the past, right? Okay. And you know what? That effort, that diligent effort you put into getting yourself to your full energy, to the precipice of taking that leap, it is paying off. So whatever work you've done to get yourself here, you're starting to see dividends. You are seeing dividends. What am I saying here, guys? You are seeing dividends on that investment. Okay? And it's hard, it's challenging. You've taken that on because you know there are good things down the line. Okay? And you also have the Ten of Pentacles coming through too. So clearly it is worth it. Clearly, whatever this effort is has been worth it to you. Okay. So that I'm going to stop it there, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them for me in the comments. Everything's in the description if you want to get a hold of me outside of YouTube. Yeah, I think that is it for this reading. I love you guys. I will see you in the next video. So until then, stay safe, and I will see you very soon. Bye, everybody.